Hello, 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 and welcome back to JenHannagans. It is just Jen today, and I know it's been a minute since you've seen me by myself, but I'm here, I'm solo. Hannah's not with me. She had to work late tonight, so she's ditched me. I'm on my own. Actually, this was very impromptu. She didn't know I was going to do this, but so it's just me. It's just me. If you are new to our channel, then welcome. And if you are a new subscriber, then thank you for subscribing. Hannah and I started this channel a while ago. I don't know. 4 years ago, we started on WW, needing to lose weight for our health. We were in a dangerous place. And since then, we have lost weight. We have maintained weight loss. Hannah has lost about 160 and I've lost 80. And so it has been a wild ride. A lot has happened. A lot has changed in us during this time. And so that's what we kind of share on this channel is our favorite foods and things that just tips that we have and all kinds of stuff. You're going to see a lot of different things. We're working on a few topics and a few ideas that we have, working on a new filming schedule. So you guys are going to see more of us. Things have been a little crazy. There's a couple things I need to address before we keep going. Number one, I have paint all over my hands. That's what you're going to see. Number two, my husband makes me wear this when I walk. I don't know what it is. He's got to make a video so he can get a free one, but it was awesome. Like it does all the things. And it does other like lights and stuff. He had me all kinds of lit up. Anyway, he doesn't let me walk by myself without some kind of light, and I forgot to take this off before I started this. I think the last update that you guys got from me, I don't even know what it was. So there's not a whole lot to update. We have been busy with school, which is just the way it is all the time. Hannah has been very, very busy with work, and things have been good. We're doing okay. Right now I have a house full of 6 children, so I escaped. I've been taking care of them for 4 days, and my husband said, go off and do something. So I came to the church to work out, and which I will do after this video. But I did want to share something today. We've talked a lot about weight loss on this channel, and that's just kind of how it all started. But as I mentioned, things have changed a lot for us, and we have grown and developed. And as we started to lose weight, we realized how much we wanted to be just healthy in all of the ways, and that it wasn't just the number on the scale. It's not just the number on the scale. That there were so many things that were lacking in our lives, in our spiritual lives, in our physical, in our mental, all of those things. And so we wanted to kind of tackle those things. And I think when you start to better yourself in one area of your life, it does kind of open up your eyes to how things could be better in other places. So, and it's all been positive. It's been good. But I wanted to talk about just something really quick. I'm not going to be super long. And I say that, and then it's like 20 minutes later. But when I started losing weight with Hannah, I had been diagnosed with gestational diabetes for my last 2 pregnancies. But when I had my son, my youngest child, my doctor said, I'd really like to keep you on insulin. I don't think that this is something you're going to come back from. And I'm like, what? No, wait, hold on 1 second. And so I decided that was the time that I needed to get serious. Now, before I had issues with binge eating, I had issues with lots of disordered eating. And so even when I first started, I was like, this is probably not going to last. I'm probably not going to do well with this. And I didn't have high hopes, but I think that I know that the Lord intervened, and I prayed for deliverance from the issues that I had with food. And when we pray for deliverance from things, sometimes most of the time, we want it super quick. Like if we pray for deliverance or provision or healing or any of those things, we want it really fast. And there's something to be said in what happens from point A to point B. There's a process, and there's lots to be learned in the process. If the Lord gave us what we wanted immediately, there wouldn't be any growth, and there wouldn't be any real development or any real change. And that growth, as it may be painful, it may be uncomfortable, but somewhere along the line, it's going to serve us. And so for me, I prayed I wanted to be delivered from my addictions and issues with food. And it took some time, and it is taking time, but I wouldn't have gone back to that day and immediately taken like it's all fixed, because I've learned so much, I've changed so much, and I have grown immensely through this journey of wholeness and wellness. There are things that can speak to somebody else through that. So all of that being said, that's my thing. I want to get across that there is freedom from these issues, and it's building blocks. It is starting with one good habit. It's starting with, and I really think, and I'll get more into this in just a second, but our physical and our spiritual and our mental are really, 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 really entwined. So we can't focus on one and not focus on another. And so when it comes to things like discipline, if we're going to discipline ourselves to exercise and to eat right, at the same time, we should be disciplining ourselves to take care of our mental health, to just take care of our like emotions and be aware of them, give them their time, and also taking care of our spiritual health and getting into the discipline of reading the Bible and praying and all of those things. So all of those things are entwined. Anyway, my point is that there's freedom, and I want to share whatever I can to help another person realize that and come to that. So building blocks, that's what I was saying. So building on those habits, and if you can lay that one habit, put something else on top of it and something else on top of it, and before you know it, you've built a life, and you've built character in yourself. You've built these things that are going to be substantial, and they're gonna break you out of that bondage. So anyway, I know that was just all kinds of craziness, but it's just on my mind. So another thing that I wanted to tell you guys was that I have been certified as a group fitness instructor through Revelation Wellness. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Revelation Wellness, but you're about to hear a lot about it on our channel. I don't know how I found it. I was looking into becoming a group fitness instructor, and I don't really even know where that idea came from, but I was looking into that, and I had searched, just some secular ones, and I was like, these are great, but the Lord is pulling on me for these things to be connected, for me to be whole, and all of the pieces to come together. And so I wanted to do something that was more spiritually based. And Revelation Wellness, I don't know if I found it on Facebook, if I found the webpage, I don't remember, but that was it. Like, they were speaking my language. They were like just all the things. I was like, these are my people. This is like the way that I have been thinking and being drawn to. So anyway, Revelation Wellness came from a book by Elisa Keaton called The Wellness Revelation, which I totally, fully recommend. I am starting January 9th. I am doing a book study through this book, and it will be over Zoom. If you're interested in that, I can post the details also in the description. And it's just going to be really good. It's a 9-week training, 9-week course, and we will read a chapter of the book a week. There's some videos that Elisa Keaton has done and that are available to watch, and it's just going to be a great time. I'll put more about that later on, but that book, I actually just started reading it, and when I first started all of this, and I was about 3 chapters in before I knew that I was supposed to be a Revelation Wellness instructor. And I started with that. I didn't even finish the book until recently, like after my training. We do the book during our training, and so I just finished it right after. But that was it for me. Like, I'm like, this is where I need to be. So with that being said, I plan to start classes with a special group of girls in January, and maybe possibly doing a few other things. But these fitness classes, they have Rev Well TV on their webpage. They're doing an app. I'm not sure if it's going to include Rev Well TV, but Revelation Wellness is coming out with an app very soon. Sorry, back to it. Rev Well TV. All of their workouts are Christian based. They use a lot of worship music. They have a time of kind of reflection and prayer at the end. They are really, really very beautiful. And so I just wanted to be a part of that. And so we are. That's a good place to start. If you guys have any kind of interest in this at all, I would look up the Rev Well TV and kind of look at some of those workouts. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. That's the update. I'm very excited. I feel like the Lord has really moved in me through this process. And I'm ready. I'm ready for what He has. I felt like the entire time during my training, He was telling me one step, just take the next step, take the next step. So I am relying on Him completely and fully to move forward and to figure out what I'm supposed to do with all of this. I am starting launch training, which is the Revelation Wellness Leadership training. I am starting that in January, and I'm really excited to work in Revelation Wellness, just being a blessing where I can. And it's just good stuff. It's good stuff. The Lord is moving. If I ever was told that like fitness and Jesus and me would all be the same thing, I mean, it was already enough that me and Jesus had a relationship, but bringing fitness into it, I don't know. The Lord moves in mysterious ways. So anyway, that is all that I have. I'm so sorry this was so jumbled. It was so thrown together, but I have missed being on here. I've missed corresponding with you guys. So if you have any questions, which I know you may have several because that was not a very good explanation, but if you have questions, then please leave them in the comments below. And you'll see us soon. You'll see more. We can't wait. We're excited for what we have. That's it. We'll see you next time.